first of all, I've been told about being like really personal about my videos. Like that I get too personal and I talk too much about like what's going on in my life. And I feel like that's kind of the whole entire purpose of it. Like, why else would I do it? It's so that I can hopefully relate to people and have people feel like they can relate to me. And, like, you know what I mean? So, I'm not trying to, like, give my whole life story or whatever just for no reason. But the family that I have is, like, super small, I guess. And that means that there's basically me and my brother, basically, as the youngest. And I'm always viewed as being like this 4-year-old child, basically. Like, even though I'm in my late 20s. That sounds so gross to say, but it's true. I'm in my late 20s and I'm forever seen as a child. So that means whatever decision I make or am getting ready to make, everyone feels like their opinion is way stronger than mine and they have to talk down to me about it. And there had even been one incident where, like, I knew that I hate talking about this incident, but it was like a situation where, like, I knew that we had to call 911, but I felt like if I made the actual call, not even just a literal call, but like if I made the call, like called the shots is what I mean, by calling 911, I felt like there would be so many repercussions, if I even pronounced that right, because it felt like I wasn't the adult in the situation, even though I was the one who knew, like, we needed to call 911. And I was told basically to shut up and, to quote, let the adults handle it. So it turned into a whole mess, and I ended up just, like, leaving the situation that was going on, even though it was the last thing I wanted to do, but what else was I supposed to do? And guess what ended up happening? I was walking around, like, that neighborhood and everything, and I heard sirens going like crazy, and they had ended up having to call 911, and it could have been too late. But because they told me, no, just go, sit down, shut up, let the adults handle this, it could have ended up being too late. So, from that experience alone, I'm like, okay, well, I felt like I wanted to be done and disown that particular family member who told me that. But still, I tried to get over it for the sake of everyone else in the family. I tried to get over it, and I tried to, like, be civil and everything. But still, like, I'll try to be open about, like, what I'm about to do, because I don't mean to upset anyone, like, in my family or people who care about me or whatever. When I do videos or when I make posts, it's all honest, like, it's all completely genuine and everything. They are the feelings I either have had or do have, whatever it is. I don't mean to upset anyone or make anyone nervous about me going through with anything like that. So, when I try to talk to them first, that's when they're like, well, here's what could happen. You could regret it because of this or because of that or whatever it is. And now recently, there's one person in particular who my videos apparently have, like, reached out and touched this person for them to be able to relate to me and to feel, like, I guess, thankful that they could find someone who finally relates to them that's not a professional, who truly understands and not just by the books, but, like, actually has gone through and experienced it themselves. And I was telling this family member about it, and if you're watching it, I mean, at least this is a time where I get to have a say in it, because anytime in person I don't get a say. I always am talked out over and talked down to, and I'm just sick of it. But what happened was I was explaining a situation for this one person in particular who I had been helping, like, recently, like, every day talking to, and this family member just, like, started trying to, like, scare me out of it in every way possible. But then at the end of it said, well, I'm not trying to scare you out of it or anything. And, like, everything that I've been proud of with me doing and everything that's been coming out of Strength from Madness that I've been trying to do, this is the first person who I feel like I've truly actually helped. And now I have in the back of my mind, like, okay, well, what if this family member is right about this? Like, it's just giving me so much extra to worry about, and it's like, the video that I'm doing right now is just basically about always being the forever child. Like, I can't even imagine if I would do something like my age. I mean, everyone younger than me nowadays, they're married, they have kids. Like, I can't even imagine that because I'm considered to be a baby. So that's how it is in this family. Like, I don't understand why, but just everyone refuses to see me for the actual age that I am. And it almost seems like my younger brother, he's so much younger than me, and it's like they see him as being an adult almost, but yet me, it's like I'm forever either, I don't know, 4 or 12 years old, something like that. I know there's a big difference, but that's just like what it feels like. So then the most recent thing I did was I went and got my sleep started, and nobody approves, whatever. And then I'm told it's not that we're disappointed, it's not that we disapprove. But then the next one said, I do disapprove. I'm so disappointed, and just... So, yet another thing that I've done, I guess wrong, if you want to call it that. And, I don't know, I just feel like I'm forever like the child, the baby, whatever it is. Like, I don't know, like, I just keep thinking back to all those situations, and it's like, I don't want to be the one who ends up like disowning their family members or anything like that, because I truly do care about everyone. Obviously, like, that's like what a family is. And I don't want it to come down to that, but like, I am so fed up with everything, to be honest. And I don't know, I have talked to one other person who related to this, where it's like, yeah, that's why later in life you have troubles making your own decisions and taking your own risks and everything. And it's just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just basically like, if you feel this way, then I can relate to you. That's just what all my videos come down to, is I just start talking about stuff I'm going through, and it's like, if you go through it too, then we're just relating to each other. That's just the whole point of my videos, really. That's the whole point. So yeah, I feel like I'm just looked at as some child, and like, I feel like nobody's ever gonna see me as the adult that I am. They're never gonna let me have my opinions. And the thing is, like, I'm open to everyone else's opinion. I sit there, stand there, whatever. I listen. And I respectfully understand that they have a different perspective than me, but the thing is that no one is ever willing to hear my side of things. And I will even, like, straight up say, can we have an adult conversation? Like, can we actually sit down and talk about this? Can we communicate both sides of it? And, like, today, or whenever, when I had said about starting my sleeve, like, I went and talked about it. Like, I didn't try to hide it or anything. I just went and said, like, can we have a conversation about this? And I was told, you already know how I feel about it. I disapprove. I'm very disappointed in you. All that. I'm gonna do another video about that. But, they're like, I have nothing else to say, so what do you want to have a conversation about? And I'm like, I want to have a conversation about both sides. And I say, like, well, I guess I said to them, I'm like, I respectfully understand that you have a different viewpoint, you have a different perspective, you have your own opinions. I respect that. But why is it that no one can ever listen to my side, my opinion, my perspective, my everything? And the one told me in response to that, they were like, well, I do understand your opinion already, so what is there to talk about? And you know what I said? I was like, oh really? Well then, how is it that I feel? What is my opinion on it? How do I see it? What is my perspective? Please tell me. And the response was, I don't know. And I'm like, exactly, you don't know, but you, like, no one is willing to just have a conversation with me. And it's very hurtful to be seen as the child. Like, I understand that because there were no kids after me and my brother, whatever, of course we're always going to be seen that way. And the overprotective thing and all that's going to happen. I respect that. I understand that. And I know that a lot of people would kill to have people like that in their life. But, like, it just, when you can't have your own opinion, you can't have your own perspective, you can't have, like, it's like you're forced to only see theirs. But anytime that you start to talk, even, like, just start talking, they just cut you off right there. They're like, no, I already understand what you're saying. I already understand where you're coming from. I get what you're saying. And I'm like, no, you really don't, because you cut me off and you won't listen to me because you see me as a child. And it's just so beyond frustrating. So, I don't know. Maybe it was more of a vent video than anything else, but still, maybe you can relate. Or maybe if you're on the other side of it and you're the family member that's treating someone like a child, even though they're like grown and about to be in their 30s not too long from now, maybe it's kind of a reality check for you too in a way, because it's just like, I'm just so sick of it and fed up that like I used to wonder like, how do people actually disown family members? Like, how is that even possible? And now it's like I'm starting to understand how and why that happens. And sometimes it's like not even a matter of like, I care about them, like I do whatever for them, but like, you have to let me be my own person too. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna do a video about this whole sleeve thing though, because I feel like a lot of what I'm saying in this is about that, and this one's already a longish video, so this is just about feeling like being a baby even in my late 20s. Just feeling like I can't have a say in anything, and whatever I say or do is wrong, and you know. So now I'll talk about the tattoo thing in another video.